All right, so back to the next rule, we have the product rule. This is when you have the product of two functions. Now, in some cases, you could expand those out, but in other cases, it's prohibitive in terms of your ability or time to just do that. So what if you have the product of f times g? The product rule simply says that you find the derivative of f and multiply by g, and then you hold f and you multiply by the derivative of g. Basically, you find the derivative of one of them at a time. In the next examples, we'll just practice this rule out. So this first example, we could clearly just expand that out and get a quadratic. So that's fine, but as a proof of concept though, or just to demonstrate the rule, let's just use the template as follows. So I'll write down two brackets like that and two brackets like that. So what you want to do is find the derivative of the first bracket. See, there's a 2. And then you just leave the second one alone. And then you're going to leave the first one alone and find the derivative of the second bracket. So you see here, I'll highlight them. You do one of them at a time. So first you do the derivative of the first bracket. Perhaps I'll use a red there. And then you do the derivative of the second bracket. And you do that here. It would be beneficial to simplify, but sometimes you're not going to be asked to simplify. So that really just depends on what your teacher or your audience is asking for. In this case, though, I will simplify this first one, 10x plus 6 plus 10x plus 5. If your teacher does ask you to simplify, that's fine. But like I said, sometimes you pay attention on test, it'll say do not simplify. So if you don't mind me, I can cut them corners here, make that an 11 and make that a 20. Whoops. Ninja, keyboard ninja, there you go. Okay, so there's your first example. Hopefully that wasn't too dangerous. For the subsequent examples, I'm not going to expand and simplify. So let's take a look at this next one here. Now you might say, well, I could just expand and simplify that. And you definitely could. But sometimes, do you want to expand that to get a cubic? Perhaps the product rule is the way to go, because also you might just want to plug a number in. So in this case, let's take the derivative of the first bracket. So we have 8x plus 3, and then copy the second bracket. Now, the joke here is that half your answer is copying. See, I'm just copying and pasting there. And then the derivative of the second bracket is just a 2. So if you like, you can just hammer that out in exceptionally fast time, fast as I can copy and paste on my keyboard, for example. All right, in this next example, we're just going to hammer out the derivative of this product. And you can see here that if you did expand it, you would get quartic, or actually quintic. I didn't see the 2 there. So anyway, the derivative of the first bracket is negative 6x, and then you copy the second bracket. Let's do that there. And then you're going to hold that first bracket, 5 minus 3x squared. And the derivative of the second bracket is 3x squared minus 1. There you go. Again, if you don't have to expand and simplify, then don't. Just pay attention to the questions on your test. I've seen many students waste a lot of time simplifying things that the teacher just says, do not simplify. Okay, looking good. Let's move on to this last one here. And it's the one in the cover slide of your first view of the video. Now, this is a triple one. There's a rule that says that when you have the derivative of 3 products, the general idea is that you do the derivative of 1 at a time. So I'm just going to write down this template here. This probably will not fit on one line. So I'll just stagger it on the next lines here. So first, what you want to do is the derivative of the first bracket, see the 2. And then essentially, you're just going to copy the other 2 guys. So maybe I just copy over those like that. Notice that I've already carried over to one line. Let's put an enter here. I'll just put a little plus with the tab in the middle. Now what you want to do is copy the first one and the last one, 3x plus 7. So you're doing 1 at a time. And the derivative of x squared minus 5 is 2x. Finally, we're just going to stagger that a bit over. We're going to copy the first 2 and then find the derivative of the third one, which is just 3. So I'll just color up the derivatives, and then you'll see that psychologically, I guess, most of the answer is just copying stuff down. So there you have it. I feel like, what does the rule look like? I definitely can present the rule to you. So let me just use a pretty color here, maybe like a blue or something. Let's see, if you had y equals fgh. So those are functions of x. The derivative simply says that you have fgh, 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 and you find the derivative of each of them 1 at a time. Okay, that's the rule. If you're interested in the proof of this rule, I can definitely present that in a subsequent video. Just send me a chat message there. And hopefully you enjoyed that one. Thank you so much.